Hello everybody, what's up? I'm Talia Fuentes, your progressive Democratic candidate in Arizona Congressional District 9. Longest intro of what and who a person is ever. That's what it's like when you're in politics. You have to explain what state you're from and what congressional district you're running in, and there's this whole other world that you probably have no idea even exists. Our government is heavily impacted by the parties, regardless if you want to participate in those parties or not. And when we have a winner-takes-all system, it really means that it's either one party or the other. You gotta decide, am I gonna be part of the villains or am I gonna be part of the superheroes? So, congressional district is what I am running for. It's what and how you are represented in the federal government. So legislative districts, we have 30 of them here in the state of Arizona. We have a commission of people that looks at the population demographics of the state. And then they cut up those demographics into little different slices and make sure that everyone supposedly is equally represented within those slices. They're the ones that can determine if our elections are actually competitive or not. These legislative districts are how you're represented in the state government. And it's also how the parties organize. Both Democrats and Republicans have legislative district meetings. Independents don't have the same luxury as the Democrats and the Republicans because they don't have the same structure. They don't have legislative district meetings. They don't have a party chair, they don't have a county chair, which is like, what are all these things? And it's how you are represented within our government. And the parties have a structure which fundamentally impacts how our government is ran, which is insane and sucks, and I wish that third party could have a more effective voice. It sucks if you don't understand how the two-party system works, because then you can't have your voice effectively heard, because there's no actual structure that represents people that are not a part of the parties. God, it's just so much information. That's why people don't like politics, because it's like, here's all this information, it really is like gonna make you glaze over. And the root of it is like there's meetings that happen once a month for both the GOP and the Democrats. And those meetings are where you can have your voice the most effectively heard. So the cool thing is, if you want to be involved, you can go to these legislative district meetings. And the thing is, when you go, you'll notice there are a lot of people that are over the age of 50. And the reason that is that they were from a generation where they were taught how the political parties impact the voting process. You totally have an opportunity to decide who's running the Democratic Party. It's not difficult. It just takes being involved and making sure that you understand how to have your voice the most effectively heard. They're not scary. They're getting to know people within your community. And the more people we get that are progressive, the more people coming into these meetings and saying, we need Medicare for all. We need candidates that are progressive and fighting for progressive ideals. It's where you can connect with voters that are the superheroes, that understand that climate change is real, that science is something that must be a part of the political process, and that we don't want science unless it's peer reviewed. We have huge opportunities here, specifically in Arizona, because we're reaching that point where we're a swing state. Our demographics are shifting faster than any other state in the country. And because we are a border state, we understand what it's like to have a large Hispanic population that is not illegal, that it works and pays taxes and fights for our rights. So you have to choose a side eventually. Even independents, when they are elected to Congress, have to choose a side. They have to decide whether they're going to caucus with Democrats or Republicans. The best way to find your legislative district meetings is pull out your little voter registration card and look and see what legislative district you're in. And depending on which party you identify with, go ahead and just Google legislative district. I'm in 26, so I would enter legislative district 26 Democrat meeting. What sucks is Democrats really suck at search engine optimization, so you may have to do a little bit of searching, but we are trying our damnedest to get them into the digital age so that these meetings are much more easily able to be found online. They don't realize how valuable the internet is, and they don't realize and understand how valuable this kind of communication is, where we can connect one-on-one. And I wish they understood the social value of social media. If Democrats could figure that out and could just be more real and open themselves up, people wouldn't be as afraid to attend a legislative district meeting. They may want to be more involved. And that's what I'm trying to do, is really open the doors and let you guys know and show that these meetings are not as scary as they appear. So go to your local legislative district meeting. Help us take over the Democratic Party. To summarize all of that word vomit TLDR, Arizona's cut up into pieces that represent you at the state level. There are 30 pieces. Those 30 pieces have monthly meetings. That's where you can have your voice most effectively heard. Every state is cut up into tiny little pieces where you can go and have a meeting and meet people that are in your area that are involved in your local parties. Thank you guys so much. I'm Talia Fuentes, and I will see you guys next week. Subscribe, do things, yay. I approve this message, yes I do. Do you think the Democrats will be mad that I just told everybody about their secret meetings? Across the bottom, the secret meetings have been exposed.